Yes, it's a beautiful Thursday morning on Lagoon Radio, your number one gospel radio in Nigeria, powered by the Anglican Diocese of Lagos. You're welcome to newspaper review on your favorite gospel radio. The time check is 29 minutes before the hour of 10. And today being the ninth day in the month of June 2022. Myself, Oluwaseyi Ajati, I welcome you to newspaper review. Yes, with me, I have my colleagues. I have Sandra in the studio. Good morning to you, Sandra.
Good morning.
And I have Shegun and Chimize. Good morning, guys.
Yes, good morning. Oh.
Yes, it's actually a good morning. Yeah, because I feel we now understand where we are going to in Nigeria right now. Yeah, so the next thing is for everyone to get their PVC. Yes, exactly. So we have a lot of newspaper here. On Lagoon Radio that we're going to be looking at. I have I'll be taking the pilot, Nigerian pilots first. Yeah. So on the front page, PDP APC in crossfire. PDP town APC says its presidential candidate Tinubu is no match for Atiku. Insists Tinubu's role in installing Buhari-led APC government responsible for hardships in Nigeria. APC fires back, says PDP can't smell power again as it will be dead by 2023. Accuses PDP of ruining Nigeria's economy in its 16 years of colossal failure. You get all the story on page 8. You can see that it's. I was actually on the safe side when I said we now have where we understand where we are going to in 2023, and see these people, PDP and APC again going back. Going back and forth. I don't know. Chimize, somebody said ideally, Atiku and Tinubu supposed to be in jail. No be me talking, but I saw it. They say ideally they're supposed to be in jail by now. But these are the set of people we are still going to vote for in 2023.
Earlier in the year, I said it that upon all the political noise that we may end up choosing between Atiku and Tinubu. And here we are. Tinubu, a man that we saw videos before the 2019 election. Bullion van.
In his house.
His house. On election day. His house is not a bank.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry.
We saw bullion van. Atiku on his own. According to his principal, Obasanjo, in what he wrote, he said the money Atiku stole as vice president will be enough to feed 300 million people for 4 years.
Baba Dubai.
And here we are.
Yeah, we are again.
So continue where they stop.
Yes. When you say your intro, you said we know where we are heading. We are heading to nowhere. We are doomed. We are doomed in this country. We are heading to nowhere.
No. I think the truth is bitter.
We are heading to nowhere.
Like,
if at the end, and why the two ruling parties they think they have this monopoly of choosing for Nigerians. Imagine 2,000 and something delegates, PDP 700 and deciding for over 200 million Nigerians for who to rule, and we end up with these two.
They feel that that's the best candidate for them.
Well, we keep on. God has answered our prayer in this nation. It's just that we have refused to allow God the prayer and work. You understand? Since we end up, let me not go too far.
And I think, I want to add something. Though, former President Goodluck Jonathan had said a lot. I saw one of his videos. He even condemned that idea of delegacy. The way we've been having it lately. That's not even the issue. The issue is there's what we call see before buying way of voting.
Okay.
Now, I experienced it when I was in Bayelsa, of course. You will show us where you thumbprint before we pay you.
Okay.
No, it's not. The idea is not about collecting their money and doing and voting your conscience. You understand? So I think that idea will go a long way to keep people in this level of what's it called, of being slave of this slavery. You understand? Because people are hungry already. The same thing happened to those people that are delegates. You understand? When they were there in Abuja, they couldn't even vote their conscience. You
They
can
could
imagine
not.
as people are shouting behind this man, a former
Vice
Vice
president.
You can imagine the margin was just too much. Imagine. So that's the essence of paying people even before. People voting, showing us whom you are voting for before we pay
Before
you.
we
You know,
pay you.
that's a way of show like before we buy. That idea will keep people in this level of slavery if nothing is done about it.
Okay. It is well. Because, it is well.
She's tired.
Yeah, obviously, we most of us are tired. We have to say the truth. Most of us are tired because if we have 2023 election, when next is the election?
2027.
2027.
So that means we're going to suffer for another.
We don't
Another
we
day
don't
to
even
day.
know our fate, just like what he said. Like we don't even understand what is going on because these are set of people that brought us to this level. And we still want to continue with them. So
Some pastors are saying it already.
Where I listened to one artist. He made a point. He's like he's not after whoever that's coming up to become
coming up.
the president, but feasts this country. And he actually mentioned Bola Tinubu that you are too mighty, you are too strong, according to you, that you own the power of this country. And you will not tell us that you didn't know where this bandits, you didn't know where this, you didn't know where all these things that is happening.
from.
You understand? First of all, they should pause this election
And
solve
fix
our
this nation.
That's it. Because
Fix this nation
since
first.
I was born, we're the ones suffering for our before you eat, you have to work and hell before you get money. So just get
my
things
question,
for us.
see, my question is: must there be election before they fix the country?
Yes, there must be. Or else we choose to go the wrong path, which the other remedy, which is not encourageable, like some other African, and it will get to a point. We'll go to this Burkina Faso, Mali, and they just had military coups, and that's the other alternative, which is not advisable. And no country can survive that right now, especially a country like Nigeria. The UN self, we are not ready to receive refugees from Nigeria. Yes,
Nigeria.
because if anything happens to Nigeria, it will affect the migration of the world.
Yes.
Right now. So UN themselves and other nations, they are being careful. So there must be an election.
Okay, yes, thank you. Let's go back to the Nigerian pilot. Political parties rush to beat INEC deadline to conclude convention. The story is on page 5 of the Nigerian pilot. And no polls survey says COVID-19 interventions lost to official corruption. You see the story also on page 5. And 420,000 die of contaminated food bacteria. 600 million fall yearly. You get a story on page 7. And Yahaya Bello's campaign team cries full, says APC primary compromised. You get a story on page 7. Brutalized Abuja journalists, floors GTB bank police at appeal court. You get a story on page 5. And on page 9, UNODC partners launch project of sustainable capacity of NCOs in Northeast. As agitators hail DQ as PAP begins 3-day orientation course. You get a story on page 9. And Asaba Airport calibrates instrument landing system, target international operations. You get the story also on page 9 of the Nigerian pilots. And Stallion Group to partner Baisa government on youth empowerment orders. You get the story on page 6. Just grab a copy of the Nigerian pilot newspaper and read through the stories.
Okay, my friend, I have this Nigeria. This Nigeria on the front line, race for the presidential. We all roll. Tinubu vowed to attack opponents as he became the flag bearer of APC. Ex-Lagos governor to face Atiku. Obi thanks Buhari, others for support. You can get that one on page 40, is it 4 and 5? Yeah, 4 and 5 of this the newspaper. PV, okay, PCN Sherdan, 25,000 legend participants in 8 years. You can get that one on page 7, on page 6. 2023, we are no match for Atiku. PDP tells Tinubu. Party's governor met with presidential candidates to strategize. You can get that one on page 5 and I think 6 of that newspaper. Abuja journalists floor the police GTB at appeal court. You can get that one on page, is it 34? 14, okay. 1 month to election. Okay, another figure. 1 month to election, 600,000 votes cards. 600,000 votes cards abandoned in Oshu INEC. You can get that one on page 12 of that news. This Nigeria. Grab your copy and go through it.
Yes, I have the Nigerian Tribune newspaper with me, and I have this story to be the most prominent. On 2023, Tinubu article set for historic door as ex-governor picks APC ticket with 1,271 votes. And I will prove that your choice is a wise one. Tinubu tells the delegates. Tinubu no match for Atiku. This is from PDP. Well, whether it's match or not, it is. I don't want to say Diawala. It continues on the 3rd and 4th page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Collapsed war kills only child. 2 other kids in worry. It continues on the 32nd page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the Nigerian most informative newspaper. 33 died in Owo massacre. This is from Catholic Bishop. Ondo government will provide land for mass burial. You can do that one. Akeredolu, Catholic Church plans Memorial Park. It continues. Jagan story continues on the 31st and 35th page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. World Bank alert of stagnation risk amid sharp slowdown in growth. It continues on the 6th page of that newspaper. Access Bank to acquire $37 million stake in Kenya's Sidian Bank. It continues on the 7th page of that newspaper. UBA redeems $500 million 5-year Euro bond. It continues on the 7th page of that newspaper. Wike may be running mate to Atiku. Ex-Vice President meets Ayu. Governors for more consultations. Well, the story continues on the 8th page of that newspaper. And I have this to be the pictorial message. President Muhammadu Buhari and the National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC Senator Abdullahi Adamu, presenting the APC flag to the presidential candidate of the APC for 2023 election, Senator Bola Tinubu, after the conventions held at the Eagle Square, Abuja on Wednesday. You could see them, everybody is laughing there. Only Mama Remi Tinubu is not laughing. That's not the wala. Grab a copy of Nigeria's most informative newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune, and keep yourself updated.
Thank you.
Yes, I have with me the Punch newspaper, and on the lead headline, Tinubu to meet APC governors as race for running mate begins. Tinubu scores 1,271 votes, picks APC ticket, defeats Osibanjo, Amechi others. Bagudu-led PGF has the task to pick competent Deputy Fashiwaju as governor spokesman. Adamu, governors held Tinubu's victory. Atiku in closed-door meeting with PDP governors. And on the pictorial story, you see the aspirants, and with the number of votes they scored. Mechi 316, Oshibanjo 235, Lawan Ahmed 152. Yahya Bello 47. Someone said Yahya Bello is 47 years and he's got 47 votes.
That's not even the most funny thing. He said some people are waiting for the pronouncement of his candidacy as the APC. They are I think over 20 million.
Over 20 million. And he said if he is given the ticket by 2 p.m. that day,
he was already the article.
Yes.
Voila.
And also Dave Umahe, 38 votes. The governor of Cross River, Ayade Ben, 37 votes. And Ahmed Sane, 4 votes. Obon Nayono, who brought protest to the election ground, got only 1 vote.
It's even better.
Yes, so.
There's somebody that got a none.
Yes.
Bakari, Tunde Bakari got none.
Even former governor of Imo State, Rocha Sokrocha.
Yeah, Rocha got that many.
He got 0 votes. Zero. Nobody voted for him.
But wait, in your mind, after all those are you expecting him, even within his party? No, they're just
Pastor Bakari did not do the needful. So what do you expect?
He always believes that the Holy Spirit. No, he believes that the Holy Spirit can do.
What is the needful?
The needful. No,
are you one of the
no, we
delegates?
are not aware. What is the needful?
We don't know.
Are you
We didn't know.
delegate?
I'm not
He
aware.
said when Ibikule Amosu came and stepped down, Kayode Fayemi came and stepped down. Another candidate came and now Tunde Bakare mounts the he said, I am not here to step down for anybody. I am here to step up for Jesus.
He turned campaign. He turned manifesto to.
Wait. No, but
sermon.
the man really said a lot of things, which I really like.
But
But Nigerians are not ready to hear that. Wait,
Osibanjo to me made the best speech of
Yes,
the night.
yes.
So you said
you know-
okay. He didn't do the needful. My question was, what
What's the need?
Are you one of the delegates?
yes, sir.
But you know what? I didn't know any of you watch the debates
No,
because
it's not
I
debate.
follow
It's not debate. They just came to
write their manifesto. Yes, I follow from that 12 to 5 o'clock a.m. And you know what? Like you just said something about the vice
Osibanjo.
president Osibanjo. He was so clear.
Yes.
Neat. To me, I just felt that I know I'm not a dead girl, but to me, I just like, wow. I hope that people are going to vote for this man.
Forget talk. You people should forget
Yes,
talk.
no.
What they are saying is not.
We know this is Nigerian
Wait,
politics.
what
But
he
he said by
said?
talk, when he even mentioned he will make Nigeria a tech hub of Africa, that caught my attention also. And Tunde Bakare is saying stepping up and stepping down. And he said, when you say he didn't do the needful, he said he sent bulk SMS to the delegates.
So what else?
With technology.
So what
that
else?
he doesn't have the funds to give out. So when you're talking about doing the needful,
Yes,
I know-
try. Yes,
So-
Don't
leave
mind
the rest.
you will tell us after
He
the
lived
program.
the-
The needful.
Okay, let's continue with the Punch newspaper. And Owo massacre, death toll hits 40. Akredolu plans Memorial Park. That's page 14 of the Punch newspaper. FG shouldn't have set up Nigeria Air. S. Namasa boss. Iyayi, page 8 of the Punch newspaper. Man tackles CBN over 1 trillion naira low interest loan. Page 22 of the Punch newspaper. Federal government orders Nigerian ambassadors to woo strategic investors. Page 19 of the Punch. And NIN registration surges over SIM ban. 10 million Nigerians captured. That's from NIMC. NNPC to pay 874 billion naira in June as subsidy hits 1.82 trillion naira. And still on the Punch newspaper, Nigerian American surgeon jailed 27 years for fraud. Page 17. Customs deepen probe on seized foreign rice. Others. Page 41 of the Punch newspaper. 2 more ladies accuse Lagos bishop of rape. Narrate audio. Page 4 and 5 of the Punch. Yes, there is a new bishop in Lagos that is being accused of rape. In fact, if you hear the story for more on that story, read page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper.
Problem not finished.
Peter Obi's S-aide emerges Labour Party factional presidential candidate. Page 17. We are in for a drama. France-based Nigerian travels to Lagos, leads cyber attacks on 10 banks. Page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. North doesn't fear restructuring. Mustn't be seen as Nigerians' problem. Suleiman, CNG spokesperson. And also, if you must read, yes, an article on the Punch back page. And it's read, Tinubu versus Atiku, 2 desperados running against Nigeria. Yes, that's it on the Punch. Yes, running against Nigeria. That's it on the Punch newspaper.
Okay, I have the Blueprint newspaper here, and on the front page, I have this. I'm intoxicated by APC presidential ticket. Tinubu. I never expected victory. Exercise compromised. Bello alleges.
And what else?
Loud score contestant blames PDP for poverty insecurity. Lawan, Atiku, Omagege, Gbajabiamila, Oyetola hail victory. Ohanes Islam's Asiwaju. Thumbs up Southeast aspirant. Well, the story is on page 6 and we also have on page 5. Just grab a copy of Blueprint and read. And the PDP rules out Tinubu as Atiku's match. So
PDP, they are not serious.
They are not serious.
They should focus on their own strategy. They are
and just leave. I tire.
They should focus on their own strategy. You have
just plan yourself.
You have a candidate who is also questionable by Nigerians. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do your own. I hope Nigerians will get sense this time.
Well, I think they are being intimidated. That's why they just
over what?
That's just because the way they are just putting it out.
Tinubu is a political juggernaut in Nigeria.
Yeah,
he has built his empire since 1999. So he's very, very worrisome for them. He's very, very worrisome for PDP. So that's why they are. Well, let's see how it goes.
Okay, how IBB Varsity researchers discover oil in Niger. VC. 3 wells drilled in Gudu, Shale, Makere, Gulu communities. I'm not sure I got all those. You get the story on page 9 of the Blueprint newspaper. And first mobile app promoting safe, convenient mobile banking experience. Yeah, you get that on page 18. That's an advert. So, and on page 23, Nigeria secures fresh 2.4 trillion naira loan in the first quarter of 2022. On page 14, COVID-19 still a myth to many Nigerians, poll reveals. Or church tragedy. 40 died, 61 hospitalized, Akeredolu clarifies. You get a story on page 5. And 3-story building collapses in Ebo in page 5. And Edo suspends ASU others activities in own varsities. You get the story on page 8. And on page 22, we have Access Bank extends tentacles, hides another acquisition in Kenya. Okay. I think that's all we have for you. Blueprint newspaper. Just grab a copy and read through.
Okay, I have leadership newspaper. Death roll in Owo. Death roll in Owo. Calorie killings. 72 Ondo plan mass burial. You can get all this one on page 7 of that. 2023 presidential after
Clinton.
clinching APC tickets, Tinubu face running mate hits. Hurdles. Thank you. You can get that one on page 4. And I can see all those their running mates. Atiku is there.
You can just read through it.
Yeah, just go through it and just get that thing. I'll stay on that one. Okay. Stay on that. Leadership newspaper. Okay. Nigerian debt rise. Nigeria debts rise by 2 trillion to 41.6 trillion or more. It is well with us. You can get that one on page, is it 25? On 25 of leadership newspaper. 2023 Arch of 16,000 impended.
Let me just take that. Airlift of 16,000 intending pilgrims begins today.
Okay.
Yes.
On page what? 6.
Page 6.
Yeah, page 6 of that. Okay, I have one more before we run out. Federal government hand over 92 billion Abuja airplane second running state to CCECC. You can get that one on the leadership newspaper. Grab your copy and go through leadership newspaper and get informed.
Yeah, I don't think we can take any other newspaper. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain of today's newspaper review. Just grab the newspaper of your choice and read through. We have the Daily Trust, the This Day. We have the Guardian. We have the Punch newspaper, Leadership Blueprint, Tribune, Nigerian Pilots, and This Nigeria. Just grab the newspaper of your choice and read through the stories for today. Thank you for being part of today's newspaper review. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Chimizi. Thank you, Shegun. And don't forget to join us tomorrow, 10:30. Yes. Coming up next is State of the Nation. You will want to miss today's show. So stay connected to Lagoon Radio and then go